ringing the bell today. Let me try and just focus on our experience. My friend Kiprono said these equity represent hustlers coming good. And truly, I still remember the 1st of January 2005. We are talking of 17 years ago, when Equity Building Society, a village mutual fund owned by 2,500 farmers, mainly tea, milk, and informal traders, got equity convert from a mutual fund to a bank. The following year, we entered the Nairobi Stock Exchange. It was a rigorous process, as Peter and Jane has said, complex, of course, for the hustlers. So my friend Peter Murigo was guiding me on this. Peter, where are you? I really recognize that great movement. But we argued a lot. As I said, we want an IPO. He told me your shares will trade at 70 shillings. That will be the introduction price. We'll ring the bell at 70. I said, Peter, we have worked very hard. We believe the price is 120. So we disagreed. Then I told him, we are equity. We seek fairness and justice. Let's list through an introduction without raising money. And sure thing, when we rang the bell, the price struck at 123. The hustlers could have lost 71% of their value through a valuation. So the most important thing about Nairobi Stock Exchange is helping you to discover the true value. It's an honest price that the market gives. A year later, 2006, we then used the discovered price of 123 to raise money from Helios. And we all know it became the largest investment transaction in the region. Again, midwifed by Jimna Barrow. Jimna, I'm very grateful for that. On that day, we raised $185 million. It was 11.4 billion Kenya shillings, making us the most capitalized bank. I think the most significant thing is the power of a stock exchange to raise capital. The hustlers from Nyagatogo village had found a way of getting partners who had capital, and they had capitalized their business. Take it from that, on that day, I can see, but allow me to tell the story of the hustlers. Thank you very much. Taking it from that day, we didn't, because we had raised capital from one individual as a strategic investor to give us anchor, the 2,000 hustlers found liquidity from the stock exchange. Today, they have sold to 30,000 other investors without Equity ever issuing shares. The amount they have delivered, the 2,000 have become anchor SME investors in this country, in all sectors. And Your Excellency, you know most of them, both are friends. So we can see how the market avails liquidity when needed. The hustlers don't need to go, they don't need to negotiate with anybody. The market discovers the price for them. Lastly, is then the ability to transition the entity. Equity today has grown. When we rang the bell, the market cap was 4 billion shillings. The balance sheet was 12 billion shillings. Today, the market cap, Your Excellency, is 175 billion and a balance sheet of 1.4 trillion shillings. That is a very complex organization. But the stock exchange has allowed us to be able to transit and the hustler shareholders to invite sophisticated and complex shareholders Today, Equity's largest shareholder is the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Norway, NOFAD, holding 13% shareholding. And without ever having been sold to the company, they bought from the market. The second largest shareholder is the World Bank Group. Recently concluded a transaction in April this year when they bought the shares of 7% of the shares of Britam. And we can see how Equity then can move from a Hasura company to a global company simply because of a stock exchange. Allow me, lastly, to appreciate the power of governance. And maybe we said we could continue to strengthen the governance structures of the listed companies, the capital markets, the NSE legal framework, to enforce very strong corporate governance. This is what has enabled Equity in the last 3 years to be able to raise 150 billion Kenya shillings of foreign loans to be able to lead to our real economy. And we are able to give significant loans, either in local currency and shillings, simply because there is an assurance, because there is visibility from the stock exchange. But more importantly, the value of that governance. The shareholders, the Hasuras who were in Equity in 2,500, have realized from one share through bonuses and splits, 600 shares. Their wealth over a period from 2000 to date has gone up 159,000% simply because of strong governance structure. So growth is quickly translated into value because of strong governance structure. So in closure, Your Excellency, I plead with you to use the Nairobi Stock Exchange to empower the Hasura community. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you. We can do better than that. This place is a place for empowering stock, not only the capital markets, but the SMEs. Then we have one.